Hello and welcome to BuzzTV's The Daily News. Welcome. Welcome. Daily News. Daily News.
Hello and welcome to 3D Buzz's The Daily News for September 21st of 2007, brought to you as always by Side Effects Software. I'm Terry. We're going to jump right into some entertainment news. NBC is going to offer a free video download service. NBC Universal, acknowledging that viewers are increasingly moving away from traditional television viewing, announced plans today for a service that will make popular NBC programs available to download for free to personal computers and other devices. The programs, including Heroes and The Tonight Show with Jay Leno and The Office, will be offered for a week immediately after their initial broadcast. Commercials will be embedded in the programs and viewers will not be able to skip through them. The move comes less than 3 weeks after NBC Universal announced it was severing ties with Apple Incorporated after a dispute over how Apple was selling NBC programs on its popular iTunes service. The NBC service, called NBC Direct, will begin a testing period in October with plans to be operational in November. The service will allow customers to download full episodes of NBC shows for 7 days on Windows-based PCs, and the file will expire after the 7th day. But NBC intends to transform the service into a model similar to iTunes by the middle of 2008. That is, consumers will pay NBC directly to download episodes of the shows, and they quote, "We did this to eliminate the middleman." So there you go. I mean, it's a good idea, and it's something that I think that eventually all major television stations will do. You have these shows, you have these networks on cable television. For instance, I'm a huge fan of Discovery Channel. I'm a huge fan of National Geographic Channel. I'm a huge fan of these channels, but the problem is there's a lot of crap on these channels. For instance, when I go to Discovery Channel, pretty much the only thing I watch right now is Mythbusters. Now, I'm not saying that there's not good stuff on there, whatever happens to be on, like a nature show or something. I don't know why. Those things always rope me in. But anywho, whenever they're on there and it's a good show, I'll watch it. But you have to go through a lot of crap to get to the shows you actually want to watch. So I'm seeing in the future that they're going to make all television is going to be video on demand. Logan and I had a huge argument over this earlier. He's saying it's not possible. I think it is. I think it will be eventually be able to do that. But if it comes down to the point where you had to buy each individual show, I don't know if that would work out. I think it would be more along the lines of you subscribe to the National Geographic Channel, but while you're there, you don't have to watch the rest of the crap. You could simply scroll through the channels or scroll through the television shows you want to watch for the National Geographic Channel. Pay $50 a year or whatever. Well, it's probably going to be monthly. Pay $50 a month to go watch a channel or watch a television show that you actually want to watch on that particular channel. All the other shows come with it on that channel, but you know what I'm saying. Anyway, moving on. Connolly is lined up for a Potter. That's right. Scottish comedian Billy Connolly has been lined up to play a wizard in the final installment of the Harry Potter movies, according to the reports. The 64-year-old star has allegedly been an earmarked for the role of Xenophilius Lovegood, the father of Potter's pal Luna Lovegood in Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows. If you guys don't know who Billy Connolly is, I'm not going to ruin it. Go out there and find some of his stuff. He's a freaking hilarious guy. Lucas talks Star Wars on television. Not Star Wars. He just talks regular Star Wars. That's just a little star there. Anyway, George Lucas talked about the state of the various Star Wars television programs in development in the second part of an interview with TV Guide. He states, "Unfortunately, the show doesn't fall into the realm of what animation typically is," talking about the CG one, which is either adult, kind of off-color humor, or kiddie stuff. This is, like Star Wars, sort of in between those two things. It's a lot of battle stuff, and it's obviously the Clone Wars, so it's a war picture. It's very much like the features. We're still trying to figure out how to put it on the air. Lucas said that there are 100 episodes planned for the series, half of which should be completed before the first one airs. Lucas and his company are aiming to premiere the series in the fall of 2008, but are still considering where it would fit best on the broadcast schedule. He also went into working on a live-action series for the television and said that he expects to be writing about it in a month from now. The series will be set in the Star Wars universe between Episode 3 and Episode 4 and will feature minor characters from the film. It's like Episode 4 in that the Emperor and Darth Vader are heard about, people talk about them, but you never see them because it doesn't take place where they actually are. There are stormtroopers and all that, but there are no Jedis. It's different, but I think it's very exciting because I get to explore a part of the universe that I haven't been able to explore. So, essentially, the live-action one is going to be a Star Wars movie without Jedis. This could not be good. That sounds like it's not good. But you know what? I'll just hold off and wait on him. He was so right about the first 3 episodes that they were just fantastic. I'll have just to wait. Sarcasm, in case you can't tell. Anyway, Justice League goes with Miller. Warner Brothers has announced that George Miller, the guy who directed Happy Feet and the Mad Max movie, all right, will direct the live-action feature film based on the DC Comics' Justice League of America. The group includes all of DC's major superhero characters, including Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, The Flash, Aquaman, and Green Lantern. Some of these characters currently have their own films in the works, complicating the development of Justice League, but the studio is so keen on the script, it has put other projects, such as the Superman sequel, on the back burner. Sources close to the project have told Variety that Christian Bale and Brandon Routh, who played Batman and Superman respectively in the recent solo films, will not appear in the Justice League. Moving on to some gaming news. NHL 2008 charges $5 to unlock a feature that's already on the game. 2K Sports released a 2K Reel Maker add-on for NHL 2008 yesterday at 400 Microsoft points. That's about $5. The program allows a variety of video recording and playback options for the game. According to OneUp.com, though, the download for this feature is a puny 108K, which means consumers are paying to unlock a feature that is already on the game's discs. If a feature is already on the disc, it should be accessible. It's essentially because you're buying the game already, you have bought everything on that disc. They just can't get it through the manufacturer's heads because EA did the same thing and they started screwing themselves because of it. So that's something that just drives me nuts. A dog swallows a remote. Yes, that's right. A dog swallowed a Wii Remote. A family in Loveland, Colorado took their dog to see a vet after it had started coughing up blood, which apparently is very bad for pets. I didn't know that. Anyway, and they took an x-ray revealing a large mass in the dog's stomach. The family assumed it was an old TV remote control that they let the dog chew on and play with, which, guys, that's not advisable. Don't let your pets do that. Anyway, the questionable taste in dog toys aside, the vet-induced vomiting and bits of an old TV remote did come out, but only bits. There was something else in there. Quote, the vet started massaging the dog's belly and it just came flying right out of the dog. I knew what it was right away by the color and the shape of it. It was my son's video game remote. The dog had swallowed the boy's Nintendo Wii Remote controller. Now, how the dog swallowed the entire remote. I mean, the Wii's controller is not very big, but good lord, that's an impressive dog. Pirates have leaked Halo 3 onto the internet. GameIndustry.biz is reporting that Halo 3 has already leaked onto Where Is in the form of a 6.14 gigabyte download. It should be noted, however, that the download will only play on a modded Xbox 360, and even then you'll have to be careful about getting on Xbox Live with it. Remember that Microsoft is always watching Xbox Live. Just ask the guy that's banned to the year 9,999. Now, there are reports out there that the Halo 3 has been modded itself. They put patches on it so you can play it on an unmodded Xbox 360. But I wouldn't try that. Anyway, Bungie triples server capacity in preparations for the Halo 3 launch. With Halo 3's hugely anticipated launch upon us, Bungie has revealed that they had to triple their server capacity, which was already huge to begin with. The beta test also allowed the team to fix a number of issues and really polish up the game. Given that Halo 2 is still the most played game ever on Xbox Live worldwide, the Xbox Live network will no doubt see some very heavy action next week during Halo 3 and is snatched up by eager gaming populace. According to a report on consumer site GameSpot, the beta test for Bungie's Magnum Opus was crucial to the game's development, where they fixed a number of bugs, map exploits, and they balanced out the sandbox-style gameplay. PSP Beats DS in Japan on the weekly hardware sales. In what seems like a sign of the impending apocalypse, the PSP has outsold the Nintendo DS for the first time in over a year. The launch of the PSP Slim and the release of Crisis Core Final Fantasy VII has seen a massive increase in the sales of over 79,923 units to a total of 95,487. How many of these were actually the PSP Slim and the Lite? I have no idea. They didn't give us those numbers. But you got to understand that probably 90% of that. Previously, even this large increase in sales would not have seen the PSP totally outsell the Nintendo DS, but Nintendo Portable continues to endure unusually low sales. Despite a small increase of 2,501 units, it could still manage a total of only 79,000 units, with no reports of significant stock problems. So is this an actual sign that Sony's starting to gain footing again? I don't know. Probably not, though. I mean, it might just be a surge influx because they've just had all these games come out, and Nintendo hasn't released anything lately, so we'll have to wait and see. Also, people could be waiting for Christmas. Who knows? Moving on to tech news. Source code for Media Defender anti-piracy tools have been leaked. Hackers who seized more than 6,000 internal company emails from anti-piracy company Media Defender have made good on their promise to release additional material from the company. The trove includes source code for dozens of tools Media Defender uses to thwart the trading of copyright content on file-sharing networks. These include tools like BT Seed Inflator and BT Decoy Client that target the BitTorrent network. According to notes the hackers have included with some of their data dumps, they've been inside the Media Defender's computer network and possibly its phone system for over 9 months and have never been detected. Class action suit hopes to sue episodes on demand into existence. Hey, look at that. I was actually just talking about that. The battle over a la carte TV programming could move into the courtroom if a judge agrees to certify a new class action claim against the cable and satellite industries. LA antitrust lawyer Maxwell Blecher, that's a horrible last name, Blecher, has filed suit in federal court on behalf of several consumers who believe that cable and satellite operators are acting illegally by refusing to provide a la carte options to subscriptions. The lawsuit complains that the traditional bundling practices are an unlawful restraint of trade and that antitrust laws are being broken. Everyone is named in the lawsuit, including Time Warner, Comcast, Cox, DirecTV, EchoStar, and Cablevision. So this may very well actually push into existence what I was talking about earlier, that people will be able to start demanding television shows instead of having to pay for an entire channel. So we'll have to wait and see on that. And with that, actually, I believe that's the end of the news for the night. It is Friday, so I will not see you guys tomorrow, which I was about to say, but I will see you guys on Monday, and that will be on the 24th, the day before Halo 3. So who knows, Halo 3 Eve. It could be interesting. I'll see you guys then. I hope you guys have a nice night.
Amazing. It's good stuff. True. We can show it.